production is brought to you by DHBN, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records.
Whoa. Oh.
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Woo! Woo! Woo! Woo!
Look at the fluffer.
Whoa, we got an actual lucha libre here.
If you give me a minute, I'll tell you who that is. It's
Come on, let's go.
it's a ECW dude, I think.
ECW guy, you think?
I believe it is. It's not.
ECW.
Let's go.
Who is it? What's your name there, Lucha Libre?
I don't know what I am.
You know,
I can't think any of it.
I think his name is the dumbass. The dumbass. DADUMBASS. The dumbass.
Huh.
I love welcome the dumbass and everybody. Welcome in everybody. Fluffer, it is so good to see
Fluffer,
you.
who is that guy?
He doesn't know. He
From
doesn't
Mexico.
know. Where'd you get him from? That's very
Mexico.
cool. Is it authentic? You got it in Mexico?
That is a Lucha Libre mask.
When did you go to Mexico, bro?
Last year, a couple years back.
A couple years back.
How did you get back in?
And they let you back in. That was my next question. They let you back in. They were like, keep this guy.
Maybe he's still there.
Keep this guy. We don't want him here. But that's very cool. How much did something like that cost you, bro?
I don't know. I don't even remember how much it cost. But
Did your parents buy it for you, or did somebody
Yeah.
buy it for you?
my parents did.
6 pesos.
That's very cool. Pesos, right? So, how many pesos was it? That's very cool. Do you have extra one? I need one. For when we
That's
start.
the one I have.
I need a Lucha Libre mask. I don't want to wear my Spider-Man mask again. I don't want to be.
Spidey's better than nothing, bro.
I have a Lucha Libre Spider-Man mask. Yes, I do. That's it.
So during the wrestling show, you could beat the Spidey.
Yeah. The Spider.
Spider.
That's gonna be my name.
Well,
Well, welcome in, everybody. Good afternoon. If you're just getting here, well, you made it just on time because we just started. I am the hippie, and that, of course, is my buddy cousin Skunky down there, the guy with a million names. Today, he is Fruit Loops, aka Bones, and right here below me is our biggest fan, WTHC Radio. I think he might be getting naked or something. I don't know what he's doing. Some reason he has muted himself and turned his camera off. That scares me. That being said, carrying on. Well, gentlemen, what a spectacular we had this weekend. I am going to first off start out with my grade overall. I would say a B minus, maybe even a B minus.
Yeah.
It was good. It was okay. It was entertaining. There were some parts that really frustrated me with stupidity, but overall, it was an okay extravaganza. Yeah, I would give it a B minus.
Nice. Dude, I would give it a little bit above average. I don't know what.
Well, average would be a C, I guess. So maybe a
I'd
B.
give it a C plus.
A C plus or a B minus. Yeah, that's where he would be, somewhere in that area.
Well, dude, I'm used to watching the old ones from back in the
I
Attitude
didn't
Era.
think about a C plus. B is kind of high. No, but I'm going to stick with my B because I was so rough on them last week with their last pay-per-view. So
That was bad.
Yeah, the last
oh
pay-per-view
yeah,
was pretty
this
atrocious.
one was totally.
It was
Yeah.
way better.
Yeah.
Way better
Compared to that, this
production.
was Hey.
People actually got hit with stairs and didn't cry.
Didn't quit.
Didn't quit. Yeah, it was a much better production. I would definitely say a much better production. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my B minus. You said a C plus. Okay, So that's basically the same. I mean, one
Yeah.
way, half a dozen of one, a dozen of another, or something like that. And then, and our friend Weird Matt, Fruit Loops, aka Boner. What do you think?
I'll probably go with a B plus for sure.
Oh, B plus, huh? You go above and beyond the B, huh? You thought it was that good. I know you were excited about all the championships that have
Oh
changed hands. That's amazing, huh? I don't
yeah,
I don't
I have to start off with running down through it.
All
I
right,
kind of
start at the very beginning. What was our first match? Yeah, let's not just jump right through. What was our first
yeah.
match? Was it a championship match?
Yeah.
Yeah, our first match was a women's match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
Right. I remember it.
I thought,
Rhea should have won that match, but
yeah, I for
cheating
sure
involved.
thought she was going to win that match.
Now, what do we think about little Eddie Guerrero getting involved there? What's that guy's name? Trying to look like Eddie
Dominic?
Guerrero.
Dominic Mysterio, yeah,
He's a
I
Mysterio. He's not
yeah,
a Guerrero. Well,
yeah, he's a
he might want to go to ancestry.com because he looked like Eddie Guerrero.
Dude, back in the day, they had a match between them over his rights, and Rey Mysterio won. That's why that's his father.
He's the
well,
father. So Eddie it was questioned back in the day that Eddie could have been the father.
I don't think it was really true, but yeah, it
Oh
was.
no, it's true
yeah,
because my goodness, woohoo! That looks like But anyway, go ahead. So so they were fighting, and then there was some outside interference, if I'm correct, Matthew. Yes.
yeah. There was a chair brought into the match,
Oh,
and Rhea was gonna use it on Liv, but being a title match, Dominic thought that hey,
be safer not to do it. Don't do it.
yeah,
Disqualified.
don't
can't
use the chair, because if you use the chair, then you'll lose, because you'll get disqualified.
Right.
But it got used anyways because he interfered again, and
Yeah, but this is where the coin flips. All of a sudden, he's now with the blonde chick,
yep,
and he helps her and somebody smacks the other girl with the chair, right? Or something like
yeah,
that.
she does her finisher to her on the chair when the referee wasn't looking.
Onto the chair, right? He slid the chair back in there.
Some
She
kind
did
of
the finisher on
ADT,
there,
I think.
and then they made babies in the aisle. I saw them doing that too.
Yeah, yeah, you could see the smirk on his face after the match, and you could tell that he was
All planned.
yeah, for sure.
Do you remember when Rhea Ripley run into the announcer desk and put her shoulder
Yeah,
back in the? Remember that?
Oh
yep,
this
She, shoulder popped out of socket and she ran it into the announcer's
this
desk.
is where some of the stuff I was like, okay, maybe we're going a little too far here.
So,
yeah, because
Maybe, I mean, come
if
on.
you've ever had a
Oh, my arm feels better now. Let me go wrestle.
if you've
yeah,
had a dislocated anything, you know it hurts way worse than that.
yeah,
Oh, I've
that's
dislocated a
so
couple bones in my body in my day. And in fact, my shoulder is one of them.
Yep.
And it hurt like a motherfucker. And I had an apple the size of an apple on the side of my shoulder up here where the bones were not supposed to be. Well, anyway,
and
she
if
how miraculously popped that all back into place by herself by
yeah,
running full speed into a desk. That made my evening. That started my evening off rough. I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, here we go already."
yeah, if we were to
What do you
grade
guys
that
think?
match,
What do you-
I'd definitely give it like a D or a D minus for sure.
Yeah, all right. Let's grade the match. I would also say a D. There was some good moves in the match. There wasn't some.
Yeah,
I would give it a C. Although the stupidity at the end with the fake boyfriend bullshit, I don't like that kind of crap, you know. But
No.
overall, the match itself was a C at best.
What do you give it, Skunky?
I don't know. C, I guess.
Just because we're being nice. I mean, they were
Yeah,
cute. They were nice. They were nice to look at, you know.
I hate to say this, and don't yell at me, but
I'm gonna yell at you
I
anyway.
know you are
You know
because
I'm
I'm too dumb to not say it. Never mind, I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah, don't say it because it'll just save your career in the long run.
You're right.
Anyway, all right. So that match overall, like I said, I feel like it was a C. It was okay. It was good. It was okay. It got a little dumb. There was some pretty dumb spots at the end there with the whole shoulder popping out.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
that's WWE to its finest.
Right.
We've been doing that since we were kids, you know.
Yeah.
They would pop their shoulder back or whatever, you know, like
Yeah.
I
But
do gotta say she did have some sort of a bulge in the back of her shoulder at one point. I saw it, but I think that's, you know, like my brother could make that chicken bone thing come
I
out.
think that was her muscle.
Yeah, I think she just
Yeah.
was like flexing a muscle a certain way to try to make it look like something happened. But
Huh.
what are you doing here, sir? Are you just gonna drink all your soda? Does your mom know you have all the soda?
That beer,
Root
He's
beer.
got
Uh,
beer.
you're gonna be
Root
passed
beer.
out. Boy, you smell like the damn bushwhackers when they went by me.
Sound like a brewery. God. Look at this guy. He's trying to slam it right here before the show. We just started, buddy. You got a whole show here, homie.
You gotta take it easy.
Another bottle. You're gonna be shit out of luck. You're
Still
gonna be
got
dry.
420 to get to,
You're
bro.
gonna be dry mouthed and all cotton mouthed up like me.
Out of root beer.
Anyway, all right. So moving on to match number 2. Match number 2 was which one? I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I was gonna ask
was,
Skunky.
It was an intercontinental between Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah.
Hold on for a second. I want to ask the WTHC Radio's number 1 fan. What do you feel about that first match we just said?
Like
Huh?
that too.
How do you feel about
Like the other one.
that dumbass cheating and quitting on Ray and leaving and going with the blonde headed girl? What was her name?
Yeah.
What was her name, Matt?
Rhea Ripley.
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, and yeah, that's the blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Liv Morgan's the blonde.
Liv
Yeah, Liv
Morgan.
Morgan's the blonde.
Yeah, well, that dude that used to go with Rhea Ripley now with Liv Morgan. So how do you feel about that now?
He's a. That's the way I heard it. He's like.
I said I like that. I just said I like the
Did
one.
you just call him a stud?
No, Dominic.
He's a Dominic.
That's what he called. That's he called him. He called him one son of a bitch. He's like, oh.
Jesus, some of my bitches, all right. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
All right.
sorry.
All right. So now we said moving on to the next battle. I'm sorry. Intercontinental title against who versus who?
Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, who was the champion.
All right, you got to explain more of that to me because I don't know what the hell you just said.
Well,
Braun Breaker is the nephew of Scott Steiner and the son of Rick Steiner.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's starting to come back to me. That's when they showed all the old guys up in the booth up there.
Yeah.
During that match. That was nice to see some of them old timers up there. In fact, I saw my man Big Papa Pump up there. Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Papa Pump was there last night. You missed him, WTHC Radio Fluffer.
You did, buddy.
And what happened during this match? Because I'm still having a hard time recollecting.
I don't remember either.
It seemed like it was. Really quick. There was some really good moves by Braun. Like there was a top rope. He did a top rope Hurricanrana thing. You know,
Can you explain what they look like so I can remember who
yeah. so it's where he jumped up on the ropes and he
No,
grabbed
no, I
Sam.
know what a hurricane.
Okay.
What do the gentlemen look like? Because I'm still having a hard time picturing them in their fight.
Braun
Sami
Breaker.
Zayn. Sami Zayn's the Canadian that has like a beard like mine, but red and
Yeah,
red hair.
looks got a dad bod, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he fought against,
Braun Breaker,
which he looks like
Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
Rick Steiner's son.
It's his dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. I give it a C because I don't remember any of it.
I would say that was a B. I would give it a B because and I give it a B because it's the first title that a Steiner has ever held, a singles title that a Steiner has held in the WWE.
Right.
Not the
A title
WCW.
changed hands in this match. A title change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. I'm still having a hard. I must have gotten stoned and passed out during this match. I don't remember
Maybe.
much of this match. I don't.
Like that.
Well, I would give it a B just because it was pretty exciting and it was short.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good quality to some of these matches. Some of them are way too long. And
Yeah.
I agree with you. They drag them out to be 2 hours long. Like that last match. Well, we'll talk about it when we get there. But that was Fluffer. Where'd you go? I was just gonna talk to you, bro. Come on, you can't turn your paws on while we're participating in the show, bro. Come on. All right. Anyway, I guess I'll forget that question because it's gone.
He's had too many root beers.
Yeah, he's going to run potty, I guess. Your turn.
Something.
Match number 3.
Was that the US title?
I don't know that one for sure. The next match I have is Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
Yeah, the US title match.
But I'm not sure if I skipped one because I may have napped in my homework.
No, I think you're right. I think that was the next
I
one.
remember that match. I remember Logan Paul taking an ass whooping a couple times. That came to my memory when we said this.
He did, yes.
But
Yeah.
but I don't recall. I feel like there was a title change there as well.
Yes. There
Yeah.
was.
Was Logan Paul the champion and he is
He
no
wa-
longer?
Right.
Yes, he was the champion. He no longer is.
Wow. Congratulations to who?
LA Knight.
LA Knight. Yeah, congratulations.
He dude, I would guess with Logan Paul losing the title that he's probably got some big whatever he does venture coming up. YouTube, isn't he? YouTube guy.
Logan's. Yeah, he's a YouTube /boxer / follows his brother Jake around. So
Right. Well, I
and
heard
he's a the part owner of the Prime Energy and hydration drinks and stuff like that sponsor WWE now.
right. So yeah, I figure since he lost, he's got something coming up on YouTube he's doing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Did you hear LA Knight tell him his brother didn't have the balls to fight Mike Tyson? Let's see if you got the balls to fight me.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What are we eating now, Fluffer? Is this
Right. If you didn't bring enough for all of us, don't bring any.
Is that chicken tenders or potato tots?
Here you go.
Pizza roll.
I don't want it. You're stuffing it up my ass, bro.
So that US title match, I would probably
Not
give it a C.
Oof and nuggets. I would say a B because I feel like dude really took a good couple beatings. I really feel like I remember some really good hits on Logan
Yeah,
Paul.
let's see.
And I wanna say that gets me a little aroused. So yes, B B for Logan Paul getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that MJK was there, which is Machine Gun Kelly. He's a musician
Yeah.
that did a song with Jelly Roll. He's from the Cleveland area, as well as Logan Paul and The Miz, but we don't like him. When he's on our screen, we're like, get him off our screen. We don't want to see him. He's a dumbass.
I don't
Who
care.
is he speaking of again?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, okay. All right. So Machine Gun Kelly.
MGK is what he goes by.
Happy 420 to everybody out there. Happy 420 Central Time Zone. I'm going to play a song. We'll be right back. You're hanging on some sort of a wrestling show.
Tokes and Takedowns.
The fuck is that noise? You guys hear that shit? Yes, I do. Listen up, children. Now the story I first heard from a long time ago was never to go out in the woods all alone. People go missing and never make it home. No decent burial, not even one bone. Portals hidden in trees, no you can't see him. He's calling shots far beyond big bag and trim. A buddy 2 lamps short, I heard him yelling at him. Well, if you wanna bring your slash, won't you do it down where? Watchers taking chances, crossing streams and breaking branches, popping seeds and growing trees, and stopping avalanches. He won't take no for an answer. There's no going back if he won't let you. Growing trees is all he knows, and peeping at you through the upstairs window. Floodwaters, rock slides, better know where you're at. 36101 Redwoods or Shack. You gotta stay on the road when you're being the black. Those people flying off the edges like Juicy's a cat. When you show up, take a second, don't forget where you're at. Now don't get caught in your tits, that's a C-spot trap. Now all aboard, come along to the back of the woods. From the song and sing along, it'll be all good. Swatches of heaven. Too much about the squatch and his beers. I'm trying to make an honest living and be just like him. I'd like a cabin in the woods with the license that says, you fuck with me, you fuck with squatching, that's the way it is. And squatches taking chances, crossing streams and breaking branches, popping seeds and growing trees, and stopping avalanches. He's starting trendy dances, using CBDs for curing cancers. No one grows like he grows. You might be smoking on his endo. Swatches on heaven. In 707.
I'll tell you what. That guy's got some skills, man. I fucking love his. What's this shit? What are you showing me?
Yeah, I like
One of the girls I went to.
Clutch.
Is that your ticket to last night's show?
That was like from last year, October 6th, 2012, when I went.
2000,
October 6th, that's Vicky's birthday.
October 6, 2012 was not last year.
Like a year.
No. But October 6th is Vicky's birthday, just so you're aware.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, you better write it down. It'll prove that you don't dislike her.
I don't dislike her. I don't know why you tell her that shit.
I don't.
Oh, now we know how she thinks that. Bones.
She's sitting right there.
There'd be no other reason she would think that unless you told her something.
No,
I ain't never said a bad word about the woman. I love her. I think she's brilliant. She got a dumbass for a husband, but
I like that.
It's only
all right. Anyway, moving on. Let's move to the next match.
they have like ones that are a little bit bigger.
Next match was the U.S. title.
The next match was what I got wrote down was Nia Jackson Bailey
Oh yeah, that one.
for some women's championship. I don't know, probably Raw,
No, the SmackDown.
SmackDown. So, and dude, if you don't remember, Nia Jax was the big chick who gave the stinky face.
Yeah, she's related. She did that because she's related to The Rock and Roman and Rikishi and all those guys.
And she's got the ass for it.
And she's part of the bloodline.
No, she's not a part of the bloodline, but she is related to the, however you say their last name that starts with, yeah.
She doesn't bloodline. She doesn't follow the bloodline thing.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for her to though.
She needs to.
Yeah, she's related to the last name, you know, that Samoan last name that starts with an A, that's Roman's last name, and then the Fatus and all the Usos and all them guys.
Right. Which all came from Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
Alpha.
Yeah.
The Wild Samoans.
But yeah, that match was, I have to give Bailey credit. That was a hands down good match, especially the power bomb she gave her off the top rope.
Right.
Oh my god, to be able to lift a woman that size, you know, it has to have some strength behind it.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Yes. But anyway, Nia Jax won and is now the new SmackDown champion. Women's.
Yeah.
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 A lot of championships changing hands.
Yeah,
right?
four.
Shit.
Four did. But
4 out of 5, right? That went out.
4 out of
6.
6 or 7.
I think there were 6 matches total.
Because Liv kept her belt, and the one we haven't talked about, they kept their belt. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move it on. We're running out of time on this first half here.
All right. The next one was Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, who had
long, drawn out, long.
Yeah, that was drawn out. But it was long overdue for Drew to win that match because of all the screw jobs that Punk's done to him in the weeks or the pay-per-views leading up to it.
Yeah. But overall, it was horrible. There was a couple good moves.
Yeah.
There was some weaponry in that one, right? It was like a chair, maybe he put him through the table, right? He put him through the announcer's table or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
There was a
Overall, I guess I would give it a B as far as a match. I mean, maybe a
yeah.
minus.
Yeah,
I
I'd
don't
give
know.
it a C. It was pretty brutal.
It was brutal, but it was long. It felt like it
Right.
took
Yeah.
forever, and I don't like those ones that feel like you're just watching, and then something stupid happens, and you're watching, and then another stupid thing happens,
Right.
and we got that coming up. So let's move on. Go ahead to the next match.
Damian Priest versus Gunther.
There you go.
Yeah, I was torn on this one. I mean, I'm a Gunther fan. I find his character to be cool, but
Yeah.
when I was sitting there and I was watching him fight Damian Priest, I was like, you know what? I'm a Priest fan as well. If I had to, I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I like that Priest guy being from my hood and all, you know,
Yeah.
being
And
an
Priest is a big fan of Scott Hall, does the Razor Edge, and I know that that's one of your favorite finishers you
one
were
of my
talking about.
yeah, that's my favorite finisher. And then when he did, it was a weak ass Razor's Edge last night. I don't think he wanted to hurt the old timer.
Yeah.
He kind of laid him down and was like, "Here you go, sweetie.
Yeah.
Here you go, sweetie."
Streamed it on
Put
Discord.
him down softly. I was like, okay, either that or he lost control of him and he almost
Yeah.
dropped. Don't you think? He was like, did he either lost control and he like slipped and he caught him and like gently laid him down, or he just laid him down gently because it was really not it was an awkward Razor's Edge, I'll say. That
Yeah.
being said, go ahead. What else?
I think
Well, what else happened in that match? I mean, don't go jumping ahead yet.
yeah, that was also for a title, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, that was for the Raw Championship match. And
New champion again.
yeah, new champion again. I would say it was a brutal match. You know, Gunther had some good marks on his chest and he was
but
bleeding and
He had those marks. I think those marks were from something prior from last week.
That's from those slaps.
those
From
slaps that they
Yeah.
were giving each other.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt. God damn.
From last week or this from today? No, there was
From yesterday's pay-per-view when they were doing it.
he had all those marks all over his chest. He said something about
Oh,
all his scars and marks on his
premium live events.
They do it nightly or every other night or whatever it is.
Yeah, something happened the other night and he got all cut up, and then I guess they started ripping back open. I don't think that anything in this match would have caused that to happen besides
Yeah.
if there were scabs or cuts, you know, and he was like picking at them to make them bleed because they were just drizzling like regular. Yeah, well, no, that I mean, absolutely. If you have a couple scabs and they can get those fuckers to bleed, you're gonna pick them and make them bleed in the middle of the match. Only makes the match a little bit better, I think. I was excited to see a little blood, even though it was like dripping out of one hole, you know, like he already had that hole there, like it was a scab.
Okay, get down so I can get up.
Was there blood in it?
Yeah, it was blood.
Just like Hippie said, there was a little bit.
There was a drainage, like a line of it running down his chest. The second time they showed it, it was a lot worse. It was a little thicker blood and a little thicker of a line.
Yeah.
Overall, it was just, you know, it wasn't like boof and he was busted open. It
Right.
was,
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to do that any longer.
no, I think that he had marks from, like I said, from the other day, and he was able to get one of the scabs to bleed. He picked it. Or maybe one of the hits that he did take across his chest made it bleed, and then he kind of tried to make it bleed a little bit more because. But then who was bleeding on the face too? Or was that him that rubbed the blood on his face?
I think he rubbed the blood on his face.
Yeah, because that was pretty cool. He looked a little crazier there. Yeah,
Right.
right. That was Gunther, the new champion. Gunther.
He was
Yeah,
just
and the funny thing about Gunther is when he was in that, when he was on another show called NXT. He had a different name. He went by the name of Walter.
Walter.
And then when he got called up to the main roster, they were like, we want to give him a makeover and give him a more steady, because he's from I believe he's from the UK where Raggy's at.
Yeah.
So they wanted to give him that Ring General Gunther name.
Yeah, I get German out of him.
I get German as well, or
Yeah, it could be Germany.
Russian of some
Yeah,
sort.
whatever. The general.
But I could be wrong. I don't know nothing. You guys are the ones that watch it all the time. I don't know anything.
I can't be wrong if that's what I get.
I've only been watching the last couple weeks, and I've found myself attracted to. Oh, did I just say that on the radio? I found myself
told us too.
a fan of his. Yeah, I think he's cool. I like his persona. I always like that. I like that about my man Ivan. Ivan Putski, big time, the Polish power back in the day, and then I also liked it from Nikolai Volkov, from the Russian, when they had that, like they were that from another country, tough attitude. Iron Sheik, even the Iron Sheik was the same way. I always liked those guys. I don't know why. I like to watch them get their asses beat. I think was what I liked. So, so I was a fan of them because I wanted to watch them get their asses beat because they stood for something that I didn't like, I guess.
Right.
America.
Other countries.
He reminds me of what's his name? Shoot.
Paul Orndorff.
No, they did that movie I was talking about last week, or the Iron Claw.
On Eric?
Yeah, there you go. That's who he reminds me of.
Which Kerry Von Erich? Which one?
The dad. He reminds me of the dad.
Yeah. Fritz.
The one that was just talking in the video we had last week about him?
Yeah.
The old dude.
Yeah, the old dude.
He reminds you of him?
Yeah, well, just his toughness demeanor that he puts off.
When he was young in wrestling, or him?
When he was young in wrestling.
Oh, all right. Oof. I'm like, he was old and little crippled looking over there. I mean, I'm sure he still could kick my puppet ass, but you know what I mean. That being said, let's move on because, man, we're cutting into Bam Bam Bigelow time already here.
All right. So the last match, dude, was Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And I think he's a champion. I'm not sure.
Yes, Cody won that match. It was a Bloodline Rules match. So when he came out, he always comes out at these.
Hey, Bones. Was Rhodes a champion or no?
Yes, he was.
Because he always wears that damn weight belt and takes it off, and I always think he's a champion, and he's not. So I wasn't sure.
Yeah, he's the SmackDown champion. Every time he comes out, he comes at these big events like this, and he wrestles. He always brings his dog with him. He got a little pep talk from our boy that we talked about last week, Arn Anderson.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I remember that.
And he told him that, hey, I still have some pull in the company. It's a Bloodline Rules match. Yes, we heard what you had to say on SmackDown about, it's kind of dumb to go into a Bloodline Rules match. But you have friends, a couple of them, and then he walked away. He went out, and he wrestled. They had some interference in that match with
lots of interference. I mean,
there was
out everywhere.
There was a whole other match in that match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had some Fatus come out. Yeah, like in Jacob, you had.
I tried to hold it in.
Who?
When I Fatu'd.
That's what leads to the stinky face.
You heard my fatus.
Yeah.
And then had Kevin Owens come out and Randy Orton come out and take two guys out and chase them off, and Jacob came out to help Solo to try to win the belt. And then this is where Matt got really loud and probably a little bit excited, but the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns, made his return.
Right. Hopefully it was just for the night.
Yeah, me too.
He's probably going to be back permanently. I think they're gearing up for
So what is OTC?
original tribal. OTC stands for Original Tribal Chief.
No,
Yes.
that's Sika and Alpha.
It's original tribal council.
Yeah. I thought it meant for off the couch. He just got off the couch and come over there.
Off the couch, finally.
Anyway, I was never a big fan of his.
Well, it was nice to see somebody that I recognized when he came out. I was like, hey, I know that dude. I've seen him.
Right.
Yeah.
Seen him wrestle. Yeah.
Well, when he started with Seth Rollins and that other dude, Dean Ambrose, they were the
Shield.
The Shield. He was good then. Then he got into all this tribal crap, which, like we've talked about, has gone on way too long.
Well,
that's like 4 years going now, man. Good grief.
Yeah, I haven't even been around for that. I can only imagine.
Right.
Now, I want to ask the Fluffer. Fluffer, how do you feel after hearing all these big breaking news about this week's SummerSlam? Are you traumatized? Are your mind blown? Your mind is blown. You can't believe all the belt changes. There's new champions everywhere. Oh my goodness. It was a good show. Overall, like I said, Ontario, I think it was prior. Wasn't it Ontario where they went?
Yeah.
SummerSlam or whatever. No, not so. Money in the Box.
Yeah, Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank or Cash at the Clash. Clash at the Castle.
That's the bad one.
Clash at the Castle was the bad one.
Yeah, that was the one over in London. That's the one we didn't care for.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Money in the Bank's a little bit bigger one, isn't it?
I thought it was in Canada, the one we didn't like.
We didn't like most of them, actually. So,
well, yeah, I'm not becoming a huge fan overnight here. It's going to take some effort here.
So, did you notice how far they've got to walk to get to the damn ring?
Did you notice that stuff too? I noticed that too.
They've got to be tired by the time they get there.
Yeah, I would be exhausted and holding on to the table by the time I got to the ring, especially if they wanted me to carry, like, say, if I had to carry a sword or a saber or something, and I was like,
shit, bro, they cut that down. They'll cut 30 minutes off the show.
And they also, you notice how they have the tilt on the walls now? They all tilt this way, so everybody's pushed back further, so they can't reach in closer. Everybody on both sides, it was tilted back, so you were actually pushed further back. You were behind that, behind this.
Well, during the women's match at the beginning, did you notice that the new referee cam now? The ref's got an earpiece that's a camera now.
Did you see dumbass throw his jacket on him and knock it out of his ear?
Yeah.
He was pissed. He was like, kicked it out of the ring. He was like, this is stupid. Yeah, I don't know how long that's going to stick around. That was cute. That's like the laser puck on hockey. That's going to be around for our season. It's going to be out.
Right.
Like, Fox you. Get out of here.
I wonder why they wouldn't just make him wear glasses like they do in the UFC and put it on his glasses.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would make more sense.
Anyway, let's move on because we have only 15 minutes of Bam Bam Bigelow talk now.
He
So,
had pretty short
Bam
career.
Bam Bigelow, I have no research, but I do remember him as a superstar. I remember being a big fan of his. Always, I felt as though, as a big guy like myself, he was somebody I liked to look up to because he was a big fella who was making it in the industry, and he was badass. He was
He
badass.
was
Yeah.
he was one of the first really big agile dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was big and he could move, right? Yeah.
Right. Yep.
But he was built different than some of those other big guys, though. You know, he was built more like an egg on legs. You know, like
Yeah.
compared to some of the others who were all
Right.
just big legs. Everything was big. You know,
I liked his head tattoos. That's what
and
attracted me.
tattoos turned me on. Yep,
Right. Yep.
that was like the first thing that we ever really saw. That was like the first time I ever seen like tattoos on somebody's head, you know, like as a kid. And I was like, yo, that guy's crazy. I love him. Yeah. And so he was amazing. Yeah. And then of course, like I said, Boy Meets World, I think it was. He was one of the dads of the bully kids from down the road who used to
No, you're thinking of Vader. Vader was on that show.
oh, that was Vader.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm sorry, Bam Bigelow.
He had
He had another show though, wasn't he? On a show, Bam Bigelow, wasn't he the dad for somebody?
I'm not sure.
They used to talk about him.
He may have been. It says he had a film in '91 called The Double O Kid.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I was.
and
I
had
don't think I've seen that.
and had roles in television shows, including an episode of Married with Children.
See,
So he may have
Yeah, I
been.
don't.
yeah,
I
I'm
watched
old.
Married with Children, but I've never seen him in that show.
Oh,
When he squashed
I'm
Bundy.
old. But you might have been right. I might have been thinking of Vader because they're both kind of the same kind of build. That's that egg on leg kind of build that I was talking about. King Kong Bundy, the same thing. You know, big,
Yeah.
but you know their legs were still kind of agile enough that they could get around. Where some of us bigger guys that have the bigger legs, we can't get around as much. What do you think, Fluffer? You think so? What do you think? I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for
Hey,
contributing.
stop
Don't tell me to stop. I'm trying to do a show here.
talking to me.
Who's yelling?
Talking to the dog.
Oh, I thought somebody was yelling at me. I'm hearing voices. Mrs. Hippie, Mrs. Hippie. Fluffer, thank you for everything. You put in a lot of effort here. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
And so much of your insight has been so helpful. Don't hang up on us. Don't hang up.
What are you doing?
What is he doing? We don't want to see your dirty underwear drawer.
No, you're watching baseball.
Watching baseball. Oh,
Yep,
so you're really not even paying attention to us. That's
Is that the Minnesota Vikings?
yeah, the Minnesota Vikings versus the New York Mets. Yep.
Right. Nice.
That being said, what else about Bam Bigelow do we need to know? Who was he tag team champions with? He was tag team champions numerous times.
Yeah.
He was tag team champions with Tatanka and Zeus.
Tatanka,
Yeah.
Tatanka, really? And
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
My God, I have, but I mean,
And Zeus.
Zeus was the big black guy, right?
Yeah, I remember
He
Zeus.
wasn't around long though. He must have got injured or
Zeus, the guy that had the walleye too. Like, wasn't he?
that was him.
Wasn't he the famous actor as well? He went on to become a famous actor or something and left
I
wrestling,
believe so, yes.
or
He
left
did.
acting and became a wrestler with the one on walleye that was always looking at the wall.
Yep. I believe you're correct.
No offense to anybody that's got a walleye. Love you all.
He's the one that got knocked the fuck out in that movie.
Oh, Debo.
Debo, yeah.
Knocked the fuck out.
Right.
Oh,
Him,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that all the same guy? Don't get me in trouble over here.
No, we ain't. If we do, it ain't on purpose, bro.
I think he may have rest in peace. I think he may have passed away. Didn't Debo pass away?
I don't know.
Oh,
Real life.
chill out on the bacon.
Don't ever quote the hippie. He's high under the influence of marijuana. He just makes stuff up sometimes. It's not real.
I don't know who you're talking about, but the guy we're talking about died
So he is dead. Okay.
January 19th in 2007.
Yeah, right around when I was thinking. So yeah. I'm
Man,
pretty sure he passed away. Yeah, I'm on to something here. I'm on to something. That being said, rest in peace, my friend. You were an amazing athlete, an amazing
Yeah.
piece of art. His body was huge. His brain was huge. He was a comic comedian and actor extraordinaire. I enjoyed his comedy and his art and his wrestling too. As Diesel. As Diesel? Yeah.
dude,
Wow.
at one time, Bam Bam Bigelow was the ECW World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
What?
You knew that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
I remember that. I remember that. I think that he you're bringing brain farts back and they're starting to hurt.
It doesn't say the year, unfortunately.
What years does it say or no?
No, it just said he was the heavyweight champion
Because
of the ECW.
I feel like I want to say no. I'm gonna say no. He wasn't because I don't want to be that kind of guy, you know. But it was Bubba Ray Dudley who was there for sure. I got his autograph that day. But when I went to ECW, I don't recall if I saw Bam Bam Bigelow there.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna say. But that being said, I do feel like I remember him being a part of it for a little while. But would that be before or after ECW or WCW or WWF? Was he WCW for a while?
Yeah, he was WCW. I know that, and I know that because that's where whenever I first seen Bam Bam Bigelow was on WCW.
In the WCW, he was part of the Dungeon of Doom faction led by Kevin Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
But what was his name? Still Bam Bam Bigelow, or was he like a
I
different
believe
name?
so. I believe he was.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was Bam Bam Bigelow,
I can
part of the
tell you it's real name.
Legion of Doom. Did you say the Legion of Doom?
No, I said
I was gonna say the Legion of the Doom.
Dungeon of Doom.
Oh,
Dungeon.
big difference between a Legion and the Dungeon.
Yeah. Legion of Doom was Hawk and Animal.
Yeah, Hawk and Animal badasses. Not that Bam Bam ain't a badass, but Hawk and Debo. No, what's his name? Hawk and
Animal.
That's his name. Animal. Hawk and Animal were badass. Yeah, they used to wear the shoulder pads with the spikes that were 14 feet long. Right?
Yeah.
They scared me.
You think they'd get those caught in the ropes climbing in and out of there more than they did?
They were professionals, sir. They were professionals.
Right. Oh, that.
That's where the Raider fans came up with the shoulder pads and the spikes was because of them.
Or do you think they came up with those because of the Raider fans?
I don't know for sure, but
Raider fans were doing that.
Raiders fans aren't original.
Raider fans are not original. Is that what you just said?
That's what I said.
Oh man, you are just a troublemaker.
No, I'm not. They're just not.
Anyway,
that's a question for Scott.
I can tell you.
But I feel like the Raiders, we can figure this out on our own. I mean, figure it out. How long ago were Raider fans wearing shoulder pads with things on there on them?
Yes.
That was a long time ago. I remember seeing it in the 70s.
Do you?
No. I was 7 and 8, maybe.
I'm thinking late 80s, maybe, when
early mid 80s.
When they became good again when Marcus Allen was there that year.
Yeah, mid 80s when the 49ers
were Marcus Allen, Ronnie Lott.
when the 49ers were great. We're not talking football. We're talking wrestling right now.
Right.
If you happen to
Yeah.
know what year the Raiders started wearing those pointy things,
Dude,
I mean, how do you know? How do you ever know? Like, oh my God, we have this in our stat book. The first time some dumbass came in wearing pointy things on their shoulder pads. Is that a
hey,
stat that they keep in the stat book at Raider Stadium?
they keep every other stat. I don't know why they wouldn't.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, did you want to know that Scott Charles Bigelow was his real name?
Not really. That kind of kills it all.
Anyway, he was
I always thought
born
it
in 61.
Bam Bam. Is he has passed on, right?
Yes, 2007.
Bam Bam passed on in 2007. I thought we were talking about that other dude before.
Well, I don't know who you were talking about, but I was talking about Bam Bam. My bad.
Oh my God. Now we have spread misinformation.
Dude,
This is why the internet is no good.
you said, what
Spreading
did you say? I don't
misinformation.
remember what you said.
I don't remember what I said either now. It's too late.
You said we're not talking about him, and I said, but I can tell you about who we're talking about, and then told you. I don't know. That might have been the confusion.
Yeah, because
Well,
I'm thinking we were talking about Matt.
Well-
Who are we talking about, bro?
We were talking about Bam Bam Bigelow, I thought.
Yeah, but who were we talking about earlier when we said, tell him, Skunky?
King Kong Bundy, I think.
No, not King Kong Bundy. Remember Big John Studd?
I do.
I don't know. There was so many like different.
Well, we'll never know now. The show's over.
Yeah.
Our only hope is to go back and watch it again on Spotify or on Facebook or YouTube.
So I just found out that the Georgia Bulldogs were the first ones to wear shoulder pads with spikes on them, not the Raider fans.
And what year?
I told you.
It doesn't give me. It doesn't. I can't find anything with a year on it.
Told you it wasn't the freaking Animal and Hawk. I don't know what you guys are talking
I
about.
don't know.
Who said
He started in the WWF in 1987.
1987? I was 87, 77,
Graduating.
37, 87. No, I was in like 10th, 9th, 10th grade, 9th to 10th grade, I guess. Yeah.
I was like 7 or 8 years old if it was 87.
87, yeah.
I was 3 years out of school.
Boop, 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 boop.
I'm a
You already
KG veteran.
graduated, you old fucker.
I'm a KG veteran, bro.
My God, you're old.
KG. Tell him, Bones. He's KG.
KG, all right. Tell him, Fluffer.
Well, on that note, we got 2 minutes.
On that note, I'm getting the hell out of here. I got a lot of work to do tonight. I got to go get ready. I got to do my hair and my makeup. I'm hanging out with.
He did wrestle over in Japan a little bit.
Yes, I remember that on Boy Meets World.
Yeah. All right. That's about all I got on him, dude.
Timmy!
Since you don't care about his name.
Timmy's over there. Oh, I do care about his name. Say his name again so everybody knows. Timmy, our first person to say a word the whole show.
Scott Charles Bigelow.
Scott Charles Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Born in Ashbury Park, New Jersey.
Born in New Jersey. Asbury. Asbury.
You're right.
Asbury Park. Asbury Park, New Jersey.
So that is
yeah, right down the road from me.
okay. Yeah, awesome.
That being said, I want to thank everybody for coming to our first and probably only episode of. No, I'm just kidding. We had one person the whole fucking time, and that was Timmy. No, I want to thank Timmy over there. No, I'm just kidding. It was great. We had a great time. I enjoyed myself. SummerSlam was overall, I give it a C plus or a B minus.
Yes.
Overall,
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst by far.
Yep.
Overall, I'm glad that some championships changed hands. I think that's going to be a lot of fun for the next couple of weeks while you guys do your research and keep me updated. That being said, thank you everybody out there on Live 365 and tune in. And thank you to everybody here this afternoon. I appreciate you. Don't forget to come back tonight at 9 p.m. I will be hanging out with the people from Zick Productions. They put on some huge festivals here in Pennsylvania and down in Florida, and they have plans for other locations, hopefully in the near future. As your state becomes legal, hit them up. They'll be happy to come there and do one for you, I'm sure.
And don't forget Bash It Berlin, August 31st at 10 a.m. on the Pacific Coast, 1 o'clock East Coast.
That's another wrestling thing, right? That's another
Yeah.
wrestling event. Yeah, the Bash at Berlin. That's the one we'll be getting ready for. We'll be back next Sunday at 5 o'clock to talk more wrestling. Until then, everybody, peace, love, hippie hugs, and a whole shitload.
Peace.